All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakat Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and others with Millstone, who teach very well where I learned this truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful elect, who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And today, man, just coming with a quick video coming in the spirit of prophecy. Because once America was a golden place, the land of opportunity, for the lack of better words, it was once a golden city. But now, throughout the process of time, and also throughout everybody realizing that this is the devil that the Bible speaks of, this guy is on the downfall. And it's a beautiful scene. Because nobody would have never thought in a million years that the so-called white man was going to get taken out of power. That's the reason why this guy got a calendar to 3,000. This nigga already got the next college football games planned out for the next 100 years. They have a plan called 2100. We're saying all the goals and new inventions they want to have before that period. Ultimately, you basically saying that you're going to stay in power forever, man. So let's go ahead and get this real quick. Just going back. Let's go right here to the book of Ezekiel, the 28th chapter. This is the book of Ezekiel 28. Let me see. Yep. Ezekiel 28, and I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, matter of fact, it says, verse 6, it says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Yes, man, and that's what this devil have done. And he basically saying he's the Most High, saying that nobody is above him, for the lack of better words. That's the reason why he have a thing saying that the Edomites are a superior race. Let's go ahead and continue on. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations. And they will draw their sword against the beauty of thy wisdom and shall defile thy brightness. And ultimately, that's talking about America, being this beautiful place. And ultimately, once the missiles hit this place, it's going to be defiled, man. Not defiled, so like it's going to be wiped out. Because America is also known as, certain places in America is known as the city of lights. But once the missiles hit, the light of America will shine no more. Continuing on, it says, they shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them, they that are slain in the midst of the seas. Yes, because ultimately Yahweh Shai is going to kill everybody that's in the same mindset in America, man. That's why it says they shall bring thee down to the pit, basically being into that lower state. You was high and lofty, but now the Lord is abasing you. It says, thou shalt die the deaths of them, they are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? So basically, in the times that were coming up, Esau will not have that God complex, because ultimately the divine things that Yahweh Shai is going to bring upon you, you are not going to do nothing but acknowledge him. Continuing on, but thou shalt say, be a man. Yes, because you think you're going to have eternal rulership. You think you're going to have a eternal power to rule in wickedness forever, which ultimately, that's impossible. Because like the Lord said, if this place continue, no flesh shall be saved. So the missiles is a necessary evil. It says, wilt thou say before him that slayeth thee, I am the Most High? But thou shalt be a man, and no power in the hand of him that slayeth thee. Yeah, so you're not going to be Yahweh Shai, man. You're not going to be the Alahayim, the Alahaya now, our power, man. You're going to be the power that the Lord is going to use to exalt his name. Because again, who would have ever thought that the shucking and jiving white man would be taken down? Because nobody can do it upon the planet Earth. You know why? Because the Lord have blessed this man with the sword, nuclear capabilities, he was ultimately the creator of it. The Lord blessed him with the sword in Genesis, the 27th chapter. But the same thing that exalts you into that high and lofty estate It's going to be the same thing that's going to perpetually take out your whole kingdom. You know, let's go ahead and go back into that Isaiah 47, because again, the missiles hitting is ultimately, and even the missiles being upon the scene, is ultimately a sign that America days are waning. You know, it's growing weak. They're growing feeble. Let's go right here. It's on Isaiah 47 and verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Now, the reason why it's mentioning the virgin daughter of Babylon, because in the ancient Babylon, there was many wars. Fought there. The reason why this place is called the virgin daughter of Babylon, because no war have happened here. Now you could say, what about the Civil War, the Spanish American War, the French American? That was Edomite on Edomite crime, man. You know, it's not like a whole country tried to invade America. You know. Let's go ahead and read this again. Oh, virgin daughter of Babylon. Because again, no major wars was happening here. I think the most major war was the Civil War. And, during the Civil War, even though it was a lot of bodies slain, it's not going to compare until the bodies that be slain once the missiles hit. Let's go ahead and continue on. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Now, when you go into the Chaldeans, there was an ancient city, basically a place full of witchcraft, And America pushed forth witchcraft in plenty of ways, whether it be through the music or the media, which goes back into median, or even a literal witch walking around, man. But at the same time, it's become a norm now. Continuing on, though, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Because ultimately you have been exposed. Take the millstones and grind the mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. And this ultimately the Lord exposing you, man, making you bare, showing your weaknesses, and ultimately showing everybody upon the planet Earth that you are the children of Cain. These are the children of Edom that's ruling the planet Earth right now. And that's the fulfillment of Job 9 and 24, man. We're living in beautiful times right now, man. That's why even it says, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Ultimately, the rivers of living water is exposing this guy. Let's get something real quick, man. Let's get some real quick. Let's 2 Thessalonians. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians 2. Just getting to the point. It says, and then shall the mystery of iniquity. So like, I'm going to start at verse 6. So like, you're kind of excited. Jake got dyslexic for a little bit, Salakia. But it says, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Now, when you go back into the ancient world, during the Roman Empire, the Edomites, they was in rulership. They was coming under the banners of Idumeans even. But just going back, it says he might be revealed in his time, because this is the height of his rulership, man. Continuing on, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Yes, they was already in power. Only he who now liveth will let until he be taken out of the way. And ultimately, it's going to be the ICBM nuclear missiles, Yahweh Shai, first and foremost. And those ICBM nuclear missiles that's going to come and take this guy out of power, man. Continuing on, though, it says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And it shows you the importance of us preaching, man. Because us speaking this word is bringing down this place, chanting down Babylon. Even it tells you that Noah was preaching, bringing in the flood, It's like, you got it. Somebody bagging up, you got it, right there. You feel me? Because ultimately, we're getting closer and closer into the time when the Lord is finna get ready to reveal himself, man. Again, when Yahweh Shai coming, it says in Revelations, he win those many crowns. He's finna take the rulership from the Edomites. The people that wear the crowns over there in Britain, which they're not really kings, but it's even the Dukes of Sweden, man. It's a whole royal line over there in Europe, man. But at the same time, the Lord is going to come and take their rulerships. NATO in the EU, those different seats, So that's why these devils are panicking in a roundabout way. They finna start doing desperate moves. We can see ICE already doing their thing. And how much more these what means like what is stopping these guys from going after the blacks now? They already targeted the Latinos, but now they're finna get ready to target the blacks, and that's a beautiful thing too. That's the fulfillment of prophecy. You know, I'm hoping that happen. So why it says Israel and Jacob was oppressed together, because it's going to be times when they gonna be northern and southern tribe gonna be in a concentration camp together, man. You know. But again, it's going to be so indicative of us being the children of Israel, because nobody else is going to have to go through the things that we go through, man. So let's go ahead and go back into that Isaiah, the 47th chapter. This is the book of Isaiah 47, verse 2 again. Take the millstones, grind the meal, uncover the locks. Yes, we're unlocking the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Who are the Edomites? Who are the children of Yasharallah? What Issachar, we already know about Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, but what Issachar, what Zebulun, what Asher, what Naphtali yet, man? What Ephraim, Those things have been unlocked, man. Continuing on. It says, make bare the leg. The Lord, he's making bare these Edomites. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Yes, man. And that's the point that we're coming to right now. When the Lord is finna get ready to take these Edomites down. He already uncovered you by revealing your true nationality, and it says thy shame shall be seen. It tells you that also too, and I think that's in Habakkuk. Shame shall be upon thy glory, because your once heroes, Christopher Columbus, George Washington, even President Trump. Trump was a hero 15 years ago. Nigga was on WWE. He was a face. He was on The Apprentice. I forgot that other show. You Fire. He had the things, the catchphrase and things like that. He was beloved once a long time ago. Not even a long time ago. He was beloved not too long ago. But now he's hated. Why? Because now throughout the process of time, throughout this information being out here, and also throughout the common sense that Yahweh Shema shall give unto us, and even to these ordinary people, everybody can recognize who the devil is now, Continuing on, though, it says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord, Yahweh Shema of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Now, when you go into that word host, it actually goes back into Sabbath oaths. Now, that word Sabbath oaths goes back into armies, telling you when Yahweh shall come, it's not going to be no friendly thing. He's going to reap everything that you sowed. You sowed this military act. You sowed this militant. If you don't do right, I'm going to come down on you, man. You sowed that spirit throughout the whole planet Earth. But now, Yahweh Shema is finna get the same thing that you use to get yourself on top. It's going to be the same thing that's going to take you out. This Psalm 7, and I'm going to start at verse 11. The Most High judges the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. And that's just like us, fixed with the filthy conversations of the wicked day by day, man. Whether it be something simple as this technology getting you mad, or you just going down the street, you see a you see a woman that's out of order, you see a kid disrespect his grandma, his mother, their elders. All these different things is vexful unto the wicked, unto the righteous, Salakia. You slip it with your tongue, but not with your heart. Continuing on, though. If he turn not, he will with his sword. He hath bent his bow and made it ready. Those ICBM nuclear missiles. You use that fat boy and little boy, those atom bombs, to get control of the planet Earth during after World War II, during the golden age of Babylon, But now the Lord, he's finna get ready to reap everything you sow. Is going to tell you. It says, he hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordaineth his arrows against the persecutors. And what's those instruments of death talking about, man? It's not talking about thunders or volcanoes. Because even, believe this, a volcano bring life, man. But once the missiles hit Babylon the Great, it wouldn't be no life here, man. Only desert creatures, And Ain't gonna be no grassland around America after the missiles hit. Continuing on, a beautiful meadow field. No, man, it's gonna be a desert place, sand and dust. Once was a memorial of wickedness, man. A remember over there, because that's what that word memorial you go to. It's going to be a remembrance of wickedness, man. A desert sand of dust to tell you what not to do, man. Just like Lot's wife was that memorial of Sodom and Gomorrah. That desert here in Babylon the Great is going to be a memorial, man, of how the Lord glorified his name and he's not a power to be played with. Let's continue on and on, though. It says, read this one more time. It says, behold, he travailed with iniquity and have conceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it and is fallen into the ditch which he made. You made the ICBM missiles, man. Oppenheimer, you did it to yourself. You reap what you sow. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. So yeah, I pray that this video was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honor to my apostle, elders, great millstone, and shalom.